What about you living
Mhm.
your life here in Germany itself? Is racism something that you come across on a daily basis?
Mhm. Often. It started in kindergarten and it's on and on until now at work. Sometimes I still have people that are racist against me or against my family or with my husband. My husband is German. He sometimes gets in touch with racism too, I would say. Yeah, it's often like at work. It was one time I went outside with my work colleague. It was a lady. She was 50 years old. And she asked me if my husband is not ashamed or is ashamed walking around with me in public because I'm Black.
Okay.
Like things like that. If I'm sitting in a restaurant by myself and still waiting for my husband to come because we meet sometimes after work, we go to dinner. And I experienced that sometimes people wouldn't come up to me and ask, here, do you need something to drink or do you want to have something to eat? That nobody came up to me and asked me if I needed anything,
Yeah.
like stuff like that. Or my sister on a daily basis has problems with racism when she's driving with the train, that people, if she sits next to people when she gets in the train, that they get up and walk away or go sit somewhere else because she's Black. So on a daily basis,
Yeah.
we experience racism. Yeah, in Germany. It's hard to believe, but
It
sometimes
is.
it's still there. Yeah.
But that's the thing, Jesse. That's the thing. It is hard for people like me to believe because we have this
Hmm.
candy coated view of the
Hmm.
world, and we're not experiencing it through the eyes of the
Hmm.
people who are going through it on a daily basis. So, what do you say?
Hmm.
How do you react to someone who asks if your husband's ashamed to walk around with you? Did you answer? Did you just walk away? What is your response?
I was shocked in the moment, and I didn't know what to say. And I was like, "Was that really a question that you asked me?" I said to her, and she was like, "Yes. I want to know, how does that feel for your husband?" And I was like, "What are you talking about? Is that a joke or something? I'm not gonna answer that. I'm sorry, but that's too much." And I was
Yeah.
like, I was mad because, and she didn't understand that that was not nice, or that I had a problem with that question that she asked, that it was like strange asking something like that.
Yeah.
She didn't understand that. So she was like, huh, why are you mad at me now? That was just a normal question. And I was like, no, that wasn't a normal question. That was a stupid question. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I was like, I was shocked. I didn't know
Yeah.
what to say. So that was, yeah, it was strange.
Yeah. And I know I can see a lot of people not understanding, but that, yeah, it's something that they need to understand in some ways. And I guess,
Mm.
yeah,
Or they don't notice that it's not right what they just did. They think it's
yeah,
normal by asking these strange questions. It was like, I don't know what she was thinking, but that was one of my experience. I had a lot of experience, bad ones, mean ones. It was one of my experience that I made in the past. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Do you have other examples now, or?
I had the other day, what was that? Um, or at school, maybe go back to school, where a girl, I walked by her and she said, Puh, in German, Puh, hier stinkt's aber
Oh
nach
my God.
Kaka.
Oh my
Stuff like
God.
that. Yeah, like that. Often things like that because of my color. Or then at the grocery shop with older people, when I was grocery shopping, that they were like, older people saying, oh, the N word, and oh, look at her, and that, different kinds of experiences.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is your emotional state after something like that? Are you able to shake it off? How do you
Mhm.
cope with it?
As a little girl, I used to start crying and go to my parents and speak about that with them. And my mom and my dad did a really good job with talking about those situations with my sister and with me, so that we could learn how to accept these things, or learn how to go on and don't let it sit on you. So, meanwhile, if somebody says something like that to me, I'm not somebody that starts yelling at somebody or being mean or get violent or something, I'm somebody that just say, okay, that's not right what you just said or did to me, and I'm gonna go now. And yeah, just that's how I handle things. I don't let it get to me anymore. Like I used to be, like at school or when I was a teenager, I started crying or I yelled at the person and stuff. I don't let that get to me anymore. Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah, let it go.
That's the best way to handle things right now for me.
Yeah. But it's even heartbreaking that parents need to sit down and have those discussions with their children, like at a young age, explaining this is what you're going to come up against. This is what you're going to what you're going to hear. These are the kind of things that will be said about you, and this is how you deal with that. I mean, that's part of what has to change.
Yeah. Like my dad, he had a lot of experiences in the army with being a black man in the army, so he already tried to prepare us for those situations. But it was hard. There were days where I was like crying and saying, "Mommy, why am I black? Or why do I have a dark skin? I want to be white like you." Like there were hard days where I was like, I don't want to be black anymore. I want to be white. Or why are people so mean to me? And where my parents really had to sit down and talk about it with my sister and with me, because it's important to talk about it with someone. Don't just leave it or let it sit in you, and then one day it all comes out and you're mad and angry and stuff. So I think it's important to talk about it with your loved ones.
Yeah. But like I said, when you tell me these things that you deal with, and I get it. Like if you were angry and if you did yell, I could get it. But like you said, that's maybe not always the best way for your own sanity or your own peace of mind. Is that you actually need to just let it go, because you need to understand that these people are fools, idiots.